Welcome back to week 2 of me following the Wahl's protocol diet. I've done 2 other videos and this is my 3rd video. And I am sharing with you my journey on trying to eliminate some of the discomfort I'm having from an autoimmune skin disease. The Wahl's protocol diet was created by Dr. Terry, Terry, Wahl, Wahl, and there are lots of videos on her diet. There are 3 phases to the Wahl's protocol diet, and I'm still on level 1. I did a video on week 1, and now this is the end of week 2, and I'm sharing with you my progress. The Wahl's protocol diet has lots of components, and so I'll just tell you how I'm doing on each requirement. The first requirement is that I consume at least 3 cups of leafy greens per day. And I'm able to do this pretty much by doing several things. First, I am incorporating as many leafy greens, dark leafy greens like spinach or some of the power greens into a breakfast smoothie. I add nuts, I add almond milk or coconut milk, flaxseed, and a little bit of fruit. So usually it's strawberries or blueberries. Occasionally, if the smoothie is, the ingredients are, there's very limited sugar on this diet. And so if I need a little bit, I'll put about a quarter to a fifth piece of banana into this smoothie. And so it's my green smoothie, and I drink that about, I'd say 5 times a week. The greens are incorporated along with the nuts and all of the healthy fats into the smoothie. I find it very filling, and I'm able to get a cup to a cup and a half of greens per day. I'm also from the South, Louisiana, and so we love our collards and mustard greens here. So I can easily get the 3 cups into my diet. It took a week and a half in order for me to reach that goal. And so the second week on the diet, I was able to reach 3 cups of leafy greens 6 out of 7 days. And even on the day that I didn't reach 3 cups, I still had at least 2 cups of leafy greens. The next requirement is the sulfur-rich vegetables. These are, of course, I have some double dipping because collards are in the leafy group, but they're also sulfur-rich. And so sulfur-rich would be broccoli, onions, cauliflower, beets, cabbage, lots of cabbage, green cabbage, red cabbage. And so I am not reaching 3 cups of these items every day. Not sure when I will be able to reach 3 cups because they do cause some discomfort and, the G word, gas. And so depending on where I'm going and what I'm doing that day, I have to be a little careful about how many of those I eat, but I am trying really hard to reach my 3 cups. I was able to reach 3 cups 4 out of 7 days, and even on the days that I did not reach the full 3 cups, I still had a sizable amount of sulfur-rich vegetables. Dr. Walls does mention in some of her videos that try to commit 100% as much as you can and to meet the goals, as close as you can. And so I feel like I'm doing pretty good in that area, and I'll continue to work on trying to reach all 3 cups of the sulfur-rich vegetables into my diet. One of the things also as a sideline is that she also encourages fermented vegetables. So I am working on a recipe, and hopefully by the end of week 3 I will have created my own version of kimchi, because I purchased some and it was quite expensive for just a small container. And so I will also incorporate, as I go along, more of the fermented vegetables. It could be other vegetables like cucumbers or carrots. And so I'll be experimenting with that and maybe sharing that with you in the future. The third requirement is 3 cups of brightly colored vegetables and fruits. I have no trouble doing this. I reach it 7 out of 7 days. I reached it in the first week. I'm going to reach it again this week, or I just finished and I'm just starting week 3, so that's not a problem. I eat tomatoes. I eat lots of carrots. I eat a variety of carrots too. I'll eat the orange carrots, but I also eat the purple and yellow carrots. I eat fruit. Fruit is high in sugar, and so I also have inflammation. And so I don't try to eat a lot of fruits high in sugar. I try to limit my fruits to 1 cup or less per day. And so I'm eating most of these brightly colored items in my vegetables. And so there are quite a few other vegetables. I had beets this week, which also fit into the sulfur rich, but I also got the orange and the purple beets or red beets. I also had some papaya and mango. Um, this week, but not very much, just a little. So all of that counts to make your 3 cups of fruits and vegetables. My next was eating 6 to 12 ounces of meat, poultry, fish, game. I ate quite a bit of, I'm going to say chicken and beef this week, but I also incorporated my fish because one of the requirements within the 6 to 12 ounces of protein that you eat per day is that you have 16 ounces of omega-rich fish in your diet. I find that this is a very costly thing to do if you go fresh. All the, with each serving, if it's fresh and you're on a limited budget, it could be a little taxing on your budget. I did go fresh my first week, but this week I also experimented with uh, a wild caught, because this fish also needs to be wild caught. And so I sampled some new tuna, which was really good. It was by Safe Catch. It's wild caught. It had 49 grams of protein per can, and so I incorporated the tuna. I also I like sardines. I mean, I eat a variety of foods. I've got a background in nutrition, and so I've always tried to expose myself to a variety of foods. So sardines, canned salmon. I bought some wild caught canned salmon. I plan to experiment with that and some salmon patties. And so I'm doing pretty good on that. I would say the hardest thing for me is to get much more than 6 to 8 ounces of protein in my diet. So this week I did do a little better. I was closer to the 8 ounces. Remember, it's 6 to 12 ounces. You don't have to eat all of the 12 ounces, but as you age, and also being a woman, it's important that we increase our protein intake. And so I'm working really hard on that. I would give myself a 5 out of 7 this week on eating a minimum. I take that back. I'll give myself 7 out of 7. It's just that I'm inching closer to the omega rich 3, the 16 ounces. I'm not quite hitting it. I am also taking a fish oil supplement, and that is helping to help me reach that goal of the 16 ounces within my week. Dr. Wahl does encourage us to eat or have the intake of 2 tablespoons of flaxseed oil, walnut oil, hemp oil, excuse me. And so I try very, diligently to get those oils in. I also use flaxseed in my smoothies that I mentioned earlier. I'm also eliminating all gluten, dairy products, and eggs. I thought this would be very difficult, but it's not as difficult if you really need help with your condition. You know, the motivating factor for me in sticking to this diet is really how badly do I want to feel better and help to eliminate the discomfort. And so if you are straddled with inflammation or an autoimmune disease, mine is not as serious as, say, MS or lupus, but it's still discomforting. And also, if it's not kept under control, it could lead to cancer. And none of us like that C word, right? And so that's my motivation, to feel better. How long will it take on this diet? I'm not sure. I'm willing to stick it out for as long as I can. Now, one of the things I mentioned earlier, and if I didn't, I mentioned it in an earlier video, is that I suffered from constipation. And I want to let you know, the first week I saw a little bit of change, but this week I'm really seeing a change. And so I see some improvement. That alone is enough to motivate me to continue. I'm really hoping that this diet is something that you can consider if you're having symptoms with skin conditions, any autoimmune and inflammatory problems. Well, I hope you'll join me on week 3 when I return. And if you want more information on the Wahls Protocol diet, you can always search the web for Terry Wahl or the Wahls Protocol diet. I'll see you at the end of week 3.